All right, what is up, ladies and gentle cars? As you can see, I'm in my Ranger, which now has the lovely addition of HVAC climate control. That's right. This vehicle has officially entered the 1960s with air conditioning. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How do you like that? Can't beat it. I did get, if you've been following the saga, I got it done, finally. My all-in cost was a little bit less than $500 and a bunch of busted knuckles, but you know what? I got it done, and it really wasn't that bad, like I thought. It was that figuring it out was the hard part. If I had to do it again, it would not take nearly as long because now I know what I'm doing. And it would have been a lot easier if there was a guide out there somewhere that somebody had done, or a video, or something. And it also would have been easier if I had a donor vehicle sitting right next to me. And I could have just gone from there to there, or had a reference or something to look at. But on the topic of electricals, as you might know, I hate wiring. I hate doing wiring diagrams, tracing them. I hate following all this crap, especially when companies like Ford don't necessarily follow their published documents anyway, and their wiring diagram might say, why yes, it's a violet or it's a pink wire that goes from here to here. And Ford may or may not have used a pink wire. Maybe they used a red wire. Maybe there's no wire and they just attached it to some other system. No consistency. But, hey, that's the joy of cars sometimes. Anyway, what I have here, what I did, though, for the wiring is I went to a junkyard, and this is a fleet vehicle, and for whatever reason, the wiring harnesses on fleet vehicles are different than the wiring harnesses on regular commercial Rangers, and so I had to go to the junkyard and find a fleet vehicle that had factory AC and take the battery. It's the wiring harness is the same as the battery cable for the air conditioning, at least. So I had to get the positive. I had to get the battery cable off of a fleet vehicle, and the one I pulled it off of was an 03, but it works. And so then I get everything hooked up, I charge the system, I'm like, yeah, I got cold air, this is great. I come back out 45 minutes later, completely dry, totally hot, compressors and cycling on and off, and I'm like, fantastic. I had a leak, I put some UV dye in a can of Freon, charged it up, let it cycle, I got a black light, traced it, and my suction discharge manifold on the back of the compressor was leaking. There was a bad weld on it. So I went back to the damn junkyard, and I'm like, hey, this is broken, give me a new one. They gave me a new one. The one they gave me is actually cast iron instead of, or not cast, but it's steel. You know, it is not aluminum, so it's a lot more durable and heavier and kind of cooler, frankly. But they gave me a new one. That went on. Then I charged up again. No leaks. We got cold air. It's fantastic. So all in all, what I did was battery cable, evaporator and box, vacuum lines, compressor, condenser, refrigerant lines, serpentine belt, heater hoses, and a fan. I also pulled a fan, an electric fan, off of at the junkyard, pick and pull. Do you need an auxiliary fan for AC systems? No, you can use the clutch fan. It's optional, but it does make it run a bit better. And then if you are stopped, if your engine's idling, your clutch fan obviously isn't going to be moving very fast. So it just helps. It helps. Um, so I actually have two fans on there right now. I have the clutch fan and the electric fan, which is how they did it from the factory. It looks like, because every Ranger I've seen with an electric fan still has the clutch fan attached. But whatever. And so when I get when I'm stopped, it's chilly. It's like 60 something degrees, like 63 or 65, which is basically what you want out of an AC system. Like most modern AC systems that have like electric thermostats in cars won't go colder than 65. I've seen a few that do 60, but like most of them won't go colder than 65. But this doesn't have that. This just has wide open. You got cold or hot. That's what you got. There is like a little vacuum, or there's a little electric dial for the damper, the door, that you can blend hot and cold air. But the way it works is you have hot and cold. That's what you got. So, like, it's kind of like a faucet for the tap. You have hot ass water and you have cold ass water, and you get your desired temperature by mixing them together. In modern cars, it produces air at the temperature that you want by metering the amount of refrigerant and being really complicated and annoying. Like, modern AC systems have thermostats and stuff, which is just kind of complicating it. Anyway, but when you get moving in this and your RPMs get up and both of your fans are going, it gets freaking cold. I got like a thermometer on here, and it got down to like 50 or 49, and I'm like, okay, so this is some pretty solid AC. It's not as good as like the AC systems we had in like the 80s when they were still using like old school R12 refrigerant. Those things got cold. I mean, frost would come out when you flipped them on, but it's good. It works, and I like it. And now I have to fix the AC on the Beetle, which I don't have to fix the AC. The fan module, which there's a relay in there that controls whether or not the compressor engages, is broken. And it's a $25 part. I got it sitting in my kitchen. And all you got to do is just take the battery off, take the battery tray off, and it's sitting right underneath the battery tray. It's held on with two 10mm bolts. What are we doing, gentlemen? Pick a lane. There you go. But it's just held on with two 10mm bolts, so you take the plugs out, unbolt it, put the new one on, bolt it in, put the plugs in, you're golden. And I'll do that at some point. I'm in no rush to get out underneath the car when it's still like 90 degrees outside. It's friggin' hot. Whatever. In terms of why you guys haven't seen a video in a while, it's not because I haven't been lifting. I mean, I took an extra day last week, which I'm not proud of, so you'll probably see me an extra day this week, so that's cool for y'all. But, it was a busy weekend. One day I just didn't feel good. I spent all day working on the car, my stomach was messed up, and I was just like, I'm so tired, I cannot do this. So I took an extra rest day last week, which is not optimal, not ideal, but hey, that's the way it is. And then over the weekend, I don't know if I did a video on Friday or not, I don't remember. I might have. But Saturday, I was working out with my brother, and I just didn't feel like filming. Sunday, yesterday, I didn't work out, just because we went to a concert. I got back home at literally 5 in the morning. Not because the drive was super bad, but because the venue we went to was in the middle of nowhere. There was like a capacity of like almost 30,000 people, so imagine how many cars that is. And there was one entrance and exit that came off of one single lane county road. I don't know who the planner or designer was for that, but mercy, you are not good at your job. I don't know why they chose to build a 25,000, 30,000 capacity venue in the middle of nowhere with no infrastructure in and out, but they did. Anyway, but It took us like an hour to get in. It took us an hour and a half to get out. And then once you got on the highway, it wasn't bad. It was only like a 2-hour drive. So, but that's the reason we got back. Because we got to our car at like 11 p.m. We didn't get out of the friggin' parking lot until like 12:30, 1 o'clock. Outrageous. But anyway, so Sunday, yesterday, I was tired. I felt like just garbage. I just wanted to sleep and didn't feel like doing nothing, so I didn't. But today, we're coming back at it. I think we're doing, it's not legs, I did legs and then chest. So today I think is actually arm day. It's either arm day or shoulder day. We're going to find out. I think it's arms. But that'll be fun. And I got a new Monster flavor. I got green Ultra Paradise Energy Ultra Paradise. I've had the blue Paradise, which was like this weird pineapple coconut thing. I don't love it, but I am interested in the green one. I don't know what flavor it's supposed to be. Let's see if it gives me a descriptor. Turquoise water and a gentle tropical breeze. Invigorating island flavors. You tell me what that means. I don't know. It means nothing to me. Forget what a tropical flavor. I guess mango. But we're gonna try it. It'll be good. Or it won't be. But we're gonna try it. We are 8 weeks out from show. I'm up a little bit in weight. I was like 195.4 at my lightest last week, and I'm up to like 197 or 96 or something. And most of that is because I haven't taken a dump in 3 days, just because I've been traveling and not getting enough coffee in, and my routine has been altered. And yeah, it's just that, I mean, TMI and all that, but a little backed up here. But I mean, we got 8 weeks to drop 8 pounds. Whatever. Easy. On the other hand, 9 pounds, whatever that math comes out to, y'all figure it out. From 195 to 187, that's like 8 pounds-ish. Whatever. And then today, in terms of like other stuff at work, I've just been dealing with, I work for the government. I work a state job, and I'm not actually doing much construction work right now, which I'm very thankful for because it's just hot as balls. So I don't really want to be outside that much. But I got a lot of paperwork and wrapping up to because I ran a few jobs and I'm just getting them cleaned up before they head into like our final inspections and stuff. And then I've got more paperwork to do. It's a whole different level of rigmarole. And but like one job, I got to be careful because I can't say too much, for information and all that. But one job I had to get I have to get 2 change order requests for various reasons. And then the other one, I need to get additional funding approved for it. But I think that's all really I can say. One of the jobs was a traffic signal job, and then for one of them, it turns out that they need to trim a tree, and that's what one of the change orders, or they need to cut down a tree and trim another. That's one of the change orders because it wasn't in the original plan documents or the original plan. And then the other one, we just had a little bit of cost overrun and whatever. It's not a big deal. But it just takes a while, and it's a lot of getting your T's crossed and your I's dotted and all that jazz. So we're working on that. But yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm looking, pretty good. I'm feeling okay, but energy is starting to droop. I'm starting to just not feel like doing anything. um, and we have to lift still, of course. But then on top of that, we also got cardio to do. We have to take care of our diet, maintain our food hygiene. We got to maintain our sleep hygiene. We got to maintain like our personal life. So there's a lot of stuff going on. But you know what? It ain't the end of the world yet. I think once we get to like 4 weeks out, it's going to be a lot crappier. But as for right now, I'm going to head inside. I'll get some steps in, get my warm up, and I guess I'll actually figure out what workout I'm doing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was arm day. I was correct. So, starting off with some barbell curls. The old faithful here. This is 120, 5 pounds up from last week because we just killed it. So, anyway, ain't no way to do it but to do it. So, let's get it done. Really got to focus on coming down on the eccentric for this, I think. That is our weak point. Anyway. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if that was 8 or 9. I just did it to do it. One more of those. It's time to do it again. I've not reviewed the instant replay footage. I don't know if I got 8 or 9. But I will be counting this one. Because that hurt my wrist, that set. So, anyway, let's go. You fucker. Well, form was good, so, can't be too mad. But, that was only 6. So we'll stay at this weight for next week, most likely. Okay. Anyway, weighted dips. Geez, that's a 90-pound swing our legs. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, might even need to take this up one higher notch, but anyway, not bad. All right. Yeah, we don't love the setup, but we do love this exercise.
Okay, second set, now that we're set up. This is pretty high. You have to do a little jump to get up there. But let's go. Woo-wee. Okay, let's move on. 2 sets of 12 on dumbbell hammers. I think I'll do 65s. The only reason is they're the hex dumbbells, and as we all know, those are cooler. But that's literally the only reason. So, anyway. Woo. Maybe actually 60s are going to be our next one. Actually, on second thought, we're going to superset with the overhead extension. Just because we can. And I think we're ready for the 110. You know, if not, we're going to find out real quick. But let's do it. Let's do it. Yep. As always, the setup's going to be the hardest part. Okay. I don't know if you can see me very well. Okay. I don't care. I'll fix camera for the next set. Y'all can just deal with it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to bump that seat angle up a little bit. Alright, it's pretty freaking hot. And that seat doesn't actually adjust, so we'll just have to deal with it. I could get a different bench, but I like those ones. So, well, my favorite bench is being used, so bigger jobs. But let's do hammer curls. We're doing 60s this time. Oh, fudge. Okay. Now set them triceps. I think we have the concentration curl French press superset after this. Alright. Let's finish this out. We don't want to slide off this bench. It's all about mindset, though. Anyway, 1 tune. Yeah, buddy. Whew. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I bobbled a bit on that last one. I only got 11, but just something to work for next week. Anyway, concentration curls, French press. Alright. So, here's some French press. 2 sets 12 on this. Then I'm going to superset with the concentration curls. So I think I'm going to be doing 35s. Because that's like a blood flow exercise. And at 20 reps, even a 20 is going to be pretty heavy at that point. So, anyway. Oh, fudge. Come on. Oh, yeah. Whew. Okay, I'm going to grab a 35. Do some concentration curls. Here we go. I think it's 2 sets 20. And we'll start with the left arm. We're going to start with the left arm. Because we're going to mix it up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Ow. I hit the other. Left arm was harder for sure. But one more set. Alright, I tell you what. Fatigue is kicking in. That's no excuse. We're gonna hit this We got forearms right after this. And I'll show you like 1 or 2 sets of forearms just so you can see what I do for those. But first, let's get the French press in. Let's go. Oh, it's so much easier than the first set. Figure that out. Alright. Let's kill it. Come on, man. Mindset. God. Ow. I really swung those, but fuck it, it counts. Otherwise, we got like 14. And I got to like 14 before I started cheating, so. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, so I am pretty glad we did the left arm first because that's obviously the weaker of the two. So I don't know about size-wise, but strength-wise, definitely weaker. Alright, I think we got forearms next. Let's do it. I lied on accident. We actually had 2 sets of the stupid-ass pushdowns. So we'll do that. 2 sets 15. Got 15 on the bar. I'm actually going to move this because I'm going to flip my head around. Anyway. Maybe. Lovely. We'll work with that. Anyway, here we go. Damn. Alright, that was hard. That was 90. I think we're gonna get 15 on the next set, but we'll try it anyway. Round 2 here. I want to get 10 at least, just so we can be better than last week. Anyway, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Ow. I got 13. Not bad. Show you a little forearm. Now you've actually probably seen this before, my forearm workout, or one of them at least. But you start with some wrist curls, and then you graduate up to some what they're called salt shakers. And Lee Priest was a big fan of them, and I'm a big fan of him. I've said that before, but start off with some wrist curls. And I got 35s here. In a nice little set. 25. And I'll immediately superset with those salt shakers. Alright. I got 25s here for the salt shakers. My forearms are already burning. I had one set off camera in between, like a superset for the when I was doing the quick stacks. And after each set here, I hit a little stretch. I think I should, yeah, you've definitely seen this before. But, you know how it is. I just wanted to keep up and keep on so I can show you. Very good. All right. I'm going to hit one more of those off camera, and then I'll get you a pump check. Whoops, wrong. I'll pump check in for you. Not too bad. A little bit of a decent pump up top here, huh? Looking not too shabby here. Oh. Not too bad. I mean, got some good ab definition coming in. About time, you know. Still got a little bit of pooch to lose down here, but ain't too bad. But yeah, I mean, pretty solid. I think that's just shadows you're seeing. Oh no, that's actually some definition there, which is kind of cool. Just from a crazy pump. And then got some great bicep vascularity going on, which I was assured by my coach, the vascularity will die pretty soon. But as of right now, you're going to appreciate it because it looks cool. I'm going to do a quick little set of quarter turns for you and then I'll call it there. So yeah, not too bad. And, I feel pretty good about this workout. Got a good pump. I smell like a dirty horse. I'll see you guys tomorrow.